Welcome to the 9th episode of the MousekaBros podcast. Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm his brother Randy. Be sure to like us on Facebook at the MousekaBros. We'll be releasing new episodes every Friday, so make sure you subscribe to get the latest podcast. On today's episode, we talk about the underrated Disney experiences, in our opinion, around the Walt Disney World Resort. We are defining experiences as anything you have to pay extra for to make your vacation more magical. Last week, we talked about the overrated experience, so be sure to go back and check that out. Just a reminder that we have 5. They're in no particular order. It's just a list that we kind of compiled beforehand. So we got our first snow this weekend. We got, about 5 inches in our area?
I think
about that.
I think 4 to 6 is what we were projected calling for.
How did you hold up with the snow?
Okay, I shoveled, of course, everything, and then my wonderful father-in-law went ahead and snow plowed, the rest of it.
So you just shoveled like your front step and then everything else got snow plowed?
Yeah, pretty much. I can't beat it. I really can't. I got it too good. And how about you?
I had snow deck margaritas and molten lava cakes for my snow day.
Okay.
So you really can't beat that.
You didn't shovel anything.
I did not shovel a single thing. I went outside, got to my car, made a bunch of snowballs and threw them at my father-in-law. So that was fun. Then we wrestled in the snow. Well, I guess not father-in-law. I guess that was wrong. Future father-in-law.
Future.
I mean, I don't know. He's family. We're all family.
Yeah.
So this list.
Well, side note, I mean, today I put away all of my Christmas decorations finally. Finally took down the tree. And
I think last year it took me till March to get them down. And all of mine are down, so
I don't think I would have said that publicly.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, to move on to our top 5, the first one we're going to talk about is going to be minivans. And not an actual minivan, as it says. Minivan as is inspired by Minnie Mouse, which is a Chevy Traverse. So there's 2 different services with this. One is just around and within the Walt Disney World Resort, and then the other one is just for airport shuttle service, basically. So for just within the Walt Disney World Resort, Disney says, get around in a jiffy with this new whimsical personal ride service. Just use your smartphone to request a ride. Need to get to a restaurant reservation at another Disney resort hotel? How about relaxing?
Ryan didn't know how to read.
I can't read today.
If we typed it up, he didn't know how to read. It's fine.
How about a relaxing way to get back to your room after a busy day? Minivan service is a great way to get around Walt Disney World Resort quickly and in comfort, and while in a Disney-owned, Disney-operated vehicle. So how it works, it all goes through the Lyft app. So basically then you would just open the app anywhere within Disney to access a minivan. Through the app, you pay and request a car, of course. That would only then be a couple minutes away, supposedly. At least that's what they tell you. It's a couple minutes away. And then I say that because I had actually requested one from Art of Animation back in October, and twice it timed out while searching, which I was shocked at.
Were you just shocked at
I almost dropped my phone. Well,
you guys left Disney.
I almost did.
Because he was shocked.
I was shocked. So what to expect from this? Of course, it's inspired by Minnie Mouse. It accommodates up to 6 guests and is equipped with 2 car seats. Again, it's a Chevy Traverse, which is actually pretty roomy. And then, so the drivers of them are Disney cast members, which is also good to note about this service. It's not just a regular Lyft driver. It's a Lyft driver that is a Disney cast member.
Yeah, Disney certified.
Yeah. So pricing varies with this depending on the distance traveled from pickup location to your destination within the Walt Disney World Resort. You'll see the total cost and pay for the service conveniently through the Lyft app. Operation of hours for this are 6:30 a.m. to 12:30 a.m. daily. Again, with the price, me and my wife took it from French Quarter to Pali for dinner, the Polynesian resort, and it cost like $28, I think. I mean, you might as well just say 30, or I guess, I mean, you're gonna leave a tip, so I mean, you might as well say, I think it ended up costing me like $33 or so.
A $3 tip.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. That might be a good tip. I don't know how much.
I
don't know how much tip a driver. So
I'll say it is different than taking a regular Lyft. If you've ever taken a regular Lyft or an Uber, I mean, the drivers talk to you, but when you get in a minivan and they're playing the resort music, that the same music like you would listen to on the bus, and they talk to you about Disney stuff, it's a service.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, basically to sum this up before you keep going, there was Uber and Lyft, and Disney saw that there was a market for it, that they could make kind of that same system but do it better. Because Uber and Lyft could only drop you off at the Contemporary, then you would have to walk to the Magic Kingdom. Well, that doesn't seem like a lot. It's inconvenient, especially if you're paying for it.
Yeah.
So then you can pay for the minivan and actually takes you to a bus stop that is for the minivans.
Yeah. Now, I will say, back from me calling the minivan from Art of Animation, and we ended up just calling a regular Lyft, the prices all pretty much are right around that $30 mark. But from Art of Animation to, I can't remember where we went. We may have went to the Poly again. I can't remember. Is
that all you guys traveled?
That's pretty much all.
That's all you do.
It was hard to travel from resort to resort because, like, Disney, I think, suggests that you have to leave like an hour and a half before your dinner reservation if you're doing from resort to resort, which is insane, especially if, you want to take a nap.
Because you would have to, like, go to a park, then catch a bus from the park.
Right, yeah. Or, a regular Lyft, Uber.
Or just a taxi.
Yeah, well, taxis are a little bit more expensive than
well, we're not talking about
Lyft. But
that's why you don't see it anymore.
But the Lyft from Art of Animation to Poly was less than $10. So, but, I mean, even though it is more, you're definitely getting a service out of it. You're getting what you pay for.
Absolutely.
For it. And actually, so they have chargers in it too, like a USB thing,
so you can
and
charge
then
your
multi.
phone?
Yeah,
That's cool.
So you can hook, if you have an iPhone or an Android, you can hook that up there, which is cool. So the second one for the minivan service, again, is the airport shuttle. So you can secure your ride from the Orlando International Airport to your Disney resort and vice versa up to 6 months in advance. So how to book this? For your one-way or round-trip shuttle ride, basically you just call Disney. And all of our information comes, straight from the Disney website as you'd book, your regular vacation or anything. They say just to have your flight information handy. If you're traveling domestically, request a pickup at least 2 hours prior to your flight departure. And then if you're traveling internationally, request a pickup at least 3 hours prior to your flight. And I guess it is to note that these rides cannot be booked through the app. I think they're trying to get it there, so you can just request it, out of nowhere. But as of right now, you can't. So again, each vehicle accommodates up to 6 guests and actually fits up to 8 medium-sized suitcases, and also can be equipped with up to 3 car seats.
Which I think is weird because the other minivans for just around the resorts have 2 car seats.
So the regular minivan for within the resort actually has 2 car seats in the trunk all the time. But I think for these, it says it can fit up because you're going to have a car seat, I would imagine, I guess, anyway, if you're going to the airport. Or I guess you can request one at that point.
And, I get that. But why would you need 3 car seats to get to a hotel? And then if you use the service again, you would only get 2. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess they're assuming that you're going to take the bus once you get to the hotel and that only a certain amount of people. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. Anyway, you may continue.
So pricing for this is a flat rate of $150 each way. So, again, if you're doing a round trip, that's $300, and you're either getting to the park and leaving the park for $300.
But that's not including tip. So you would still have to tip them, and I feel with that, you would have to tip them more than $3.
Yeah, that's a little bit more of a journey. I mean, it's probably a 25 to 30-minute drive, from Disney to the airport or airport to Disney, which, I mean, I've never ridden in a Lyft or Uber that long, but it'd be interesting to see how much it costs just regularly with a Lyft or an Uber. But again, you're getting that service of a Disney cast member picking you up and not having to get on the Magical Express, which if a bus isn't there, you could easily wait 15, 20 minutes for a bus. And then it still has to drop off 10 other guests at 2 different hotels before they even get to the one you're staying at, which is also a good note. I'd be interested in trying this, at first, one way and see how it worked.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the airport with the Magical Express, but even a bus back to your resort after the park, you may be the third or fourth stop at the resort for the bus. So, if you're standing on a bus after, Magic Kingdom closes after the fireworks, when everybody is leaving, you then have to wait a couple stops to even get off the bus and go to your hotel room. So having the minivan kind of take you right to where you need to go, I mean, it's pretty awesome. Like we said that these aren't in any particular order, but it's funny that the first one that we talk about is something that Katie nor I have done. So, this is something that I think that we could look to when we do our honeymoon in 2020, kind of use that minivan. Cause, whenever like a park closes after the fireworks, you have to wait in line for a bus. That could be 2 or 3 buses that you have to wait for to even get onto the bus. But with a minivan, you can request it as soon as fireworks are over. You walk to the location and you wait maybe 1 to 10 minutes for a minivan to come pick you up. So yeah, it's definitely an extra cost, but it's kind of worth the time. When the theme park closes, everyone's tired because they've been out all day. Everyone's kind of done. They just want to relax. But now you have to wait for a bus, then wait for your stop, then walk to your hotel, like walk to your room.
Yeah. And
then by the time you get to your room, you're dead tired. But with a minivan, you're spending money, but you're kind of saving yourself time and energy.
Yeah. No, it's definitely the cost versus, how much I guess I want to get aggravated or not aggravated with it. I've done the minivan. I think we did it twice. I know for sure from French Quarter to the Poly, but I think we did it one more time, but I can't remember. And I guess over really this, over 2018, the times that me and Amanda have gone, my wife, we've used, a Lyft and Uber more than I ever would have thought we would have used. I guess it's that whole, okay, well, it's $6 to get from, or to get back to our resort or to get to the park. And that's $6. It's worth it sometimes, especially if you need to get there and you need to get there right now.
Right.
Besides hopping on.
Right. If you have like dinner or something.
Yeah. If you have a dinner at another hotel, that's prime. That's the perfect example on when to use this service. And, and you're there and you only have to request it with, maybe 30 minutes rather than having to go wait for a bus to go to a park and then to hop on that resort bus, to get there, or monorail. You could have to go on a monorail if you need, and then you have to leave an hour and a half, versus you can get ready in 20 minutes and then you're there.
I would say that a minivan doesn't seem worth it during the day. If you're like at a theme park and you're going to your hotel or another hotel, I mean, there's going to be virtually nobody at the bus stop. Yeah, there'll be, you're not waiting for a bus to get on, right? You're not going to pass 2 buses before you and then you finally get on. If there's a line, everybody's kind of making it on that bus because there's really going to be nobody there during the day. So I do think it's not worth taking during the day, but like if you're going hotel to hotel, definitely take it.
Yeah, no, definitely for any type of special anything.
Right, right.
Any special, if it's like on your honeymoon, I definitely suggest you guys take it, to dinner one night,
absolutely.
wherever it may be, especially if it's at a resort. Just take it. I guess one tip out of it all for Lyft, if you're looking at from taking a minivan from your resort to the Magic Kingdom, yes, the minivan does drop you off on the bus loop. But again, as a tip, if you're looking to save, $20-25 and just having a regular Lyft or Uber and you're comfortable with that, take it to the Contemporary.
And then just walk.
Over yeah, it's not a far walk. It's really not.
No, it definitely seems farther than it is.
Yeah, no. I use that actually all the time, that walk from the Magic Kingdom to the Contemporary. Getting off topic from this, when we went, of July 4th, which if you haven't been in Disney on, really any major holiday, it is absolutely insane. So we were exiting the park and, the monorail line looked like it wrapped around the front entrance there like 18 times. And then you're waiting, for a ferry, which I could imagine, even though that holds a lot of people, it's overwhelming.
Right. It's not a fast ferry. It's not a speedboat. It's a ferry.
Yeah, no. So, our group, we walked over to the Contemporary and then ended up catching the monorail that was...
The resort monorail?
Yeah, the resort monorail loop, which, again, the next stop would have been the Transportation and Ticket Center where we parked our car. So I feel like it saved us time. I feel like that's
that's just for like a holiday. Could you imagine somebody at the Contemporary taking a minivan to the Magic Kingdom? It's got to be like $1.
That it should just cancel itself.
It should just be like, no, you're fine.
You should just walk.
Could you really take one from the Polynesian to the Magic Kingdom? If you
look, if you're willing to pay for it, they'll take you anywhere within the Walt Disney World.
Yeah, I will say if you're staying kind of one of those hotels on Bay Lake, I feel like you almost just have to take the monorail. There's just something about the monorail if you're staying at one of those hotels.
Yeah, the only time it's worth it is if you're driving by and the monorail's broken down above you and you're like, oh, I would have gotten on that. That's probably the only time it would be worth it.
When a door falls off and you're just like, maybe not.
No, yeah, maybe I'll just stick to a minivan.
Speaking of mini, would you like that transition?
That's a nice transition.
Speaking of mini, let's move on to miniature golf. Disney offers 2 locations for mini putt-putt. Disney's Blizzard Beach Water Park and just outside of Walt Disney World Swan Hotel. There is a total of 4 different courses throughout the Walt Disney Resort. The first stop is Blizzard Beach, which is the Winter Summerland. The theme behind it is late one Christmas Eve, as Santa was flying back to the North Pole, he discovered snow in Florida, and there was millions of car crashes because of it.
The one time it was in Florida, Santa's there.
After surveying the strange sight, he decided to build a vacation destination for his off-duty elves, a Winter Summerland. Seeing that the only thing Winter Summerland lacked was a golf course, Santa and his elves divided into 2 camps, one that enjoyed the warm Florida sun and the other that preferred the cold of the North Pole. The elves built 2 distinctly different 18-hole golf experiences, a sand course named Summer and a snow course named Winter.
I wonder how they keep the snow there all year round. That's crazy.
I wonder how they got the names for the Winter Summerland courses. One being summer and the other being winter. That's crazy.
I don't know.
Santa's a genius.
Yeah. I feel like this is something Jack Frost would come up from Santa Claus 3.
And just
Winter Summerland.
make his own golf course.
Yeah.
Like Jack Frost Land.
Yeah. Anyway, to get off topic.
Anyway, we'll kind of talk about these and then I'll move on to the other ones. Hours for all the miniature golf is 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Adults is $14 and children who are 3 to 9 are $12. We've never done the Blizzard Beach one.
Yeah, no, we've never done it. I've seen videos of it. I don't.
It looks cool. it's one of those things that if you're already at Blizzard Beach and you, I don't know, just have like an urge to play mini golf,
mini
putt. Well, it's called miniature golf and mini putt. Like, that's very okay. Anyways, if you just get that urge, or if you want something else to do that's not the water park, you know, the Winter Summerland is already there. It doesn't seem like something that you are going to travel for just for the miniature golf. Would you agree in that assumption?
You know, I mean, overall, I've never been... I mean, it's probably been a while since I've been to Blizzard Beach because I like Typhoon Lagoon so much more because of the giant wave pool and all that. But I feel like if I was there and, you know, maybe they offered some, after you're done here at Blizzard Beach, here's a half off mini golf. I'd go and play if I was there, but no, I don't think I'd travel to there just to play this. And because I like the second one that you're going to talk about next so much more, and that
is Fantasia Gardens and Fairways Miniature Golf, located outside the Swan Hotel. For Fantasia Gardens, Disney says, put your way through 5 whimsical scenes featuring tutu-clad hippos, marching broomsticks, and pirouetting ostriches.
Ostriches.
Wow. That's bad. That's an easy word, too. That's bad. All right, so the next mini golf we're going to talk about, it's perfect for families and beginner golfers. The Fantasia Gardens Miniature Golf Course invites you to join this fantasy place as you aim through twirling obstacles, cross extravagant fountains, and discover musical surprises. Beware of broomsticks and who are ready to douse golfers who pass below. Thank gosh I didn't rehearse this.
Our next podcast is going to be Reading the English
101
with Ryan and Randy. Welcome to Reading the English.
So we have actually done this one, which is really cool. Before we go, there's another paragraph that I didn't read. Wow. So right next to Fantasia Gardens is the Fantasia Fairways Miniature Golf. It resembles a traditional golf course built on a miniature scale to emphasize skill over chance. Sand traps, bunkers, water hazards, and sloping greens make this course an exciting challenge, where par 3 and par 5 holes range from length of 63 to 109 feet long.
Now, would this one be called mini golf? For real?
I mean, it should be called mini golf because actually, when you go through these courses, they have real life, real shots of the actual golf courses because they're based off real golf courses, just shrunk down to miniature sizes.
Yeah.
So that's actually kind of cool.
You know, we've never played this. I think because I like the Fantasia sides a lot with all of the different hidden elements and music. And
yeah, I mean, it literally goes through the movie of Fantasia.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Does every single little skit that they have. You know, when you hit your ball in one of the holes, it makes a noise. It makes a tune from Fantasia, which is really cool. It has all of the characters like Chernabog, the hippos, the crocodiles.
Yeah, the broomsticks.
Yeah, the broomsticks. Yep. It's like Sorcerer Mickey. So it literally has all of the characters.
Yeah, it's really cool. You know, I feel like one time I have to talk myself into doing. I think I would do the fairways first before even going to the Blizzard Beach one, the Summer Winterland.
I completely agree with you. I think that is a fair assessment of the situation.
I think we'll have to do the fairway next time, even if you and I just do the fairway and then.
Well, because that's hard. Because you walk into where you buy your tickets, and to the right is Fantasia, and you see everyone laughing, music,
having
water
a good time,
effects, and then you look to the left, and there's 2 people, and they get a home run. They scream for a second, and then there's nothing. So you're I'm gonna go to the fun side where everyone's smiling all the time.
Yeah, it definitely has more of that. Or it looks like it has more of that golf feel rather than a mini putt feel. Well, because
absolutely.
Traditional golf courses,
right? That's what it is. It is a actual golf course shrunk down into mini golf. Can we please name the episode Mini Golf?
I'll put it in the description.
Okay.
Where we talk about mini golf.
Right, so, I mean, but yeah, it has that it does resemble traditional golf, which is cool. I've never golfed before, so like I don't know if I would actually find it fun. Like I've done mini putt-putt, but like not actual real golf. So like
I've golfed once. I bought clubs and everything. And when I mean I bought clubs, I bought used clubs. My wife still makes fun of me to this day, but I bought used clubs to go golf once.
did you lose?
I mean, I don't think I did bad.
But you didn't win.
But I didn't win, no. So, anyway. So, what is a cool note about this? So, it's called a magical extra. And if you book a vacation package through the Walt Disney World Travel Company, you actually receive 4 vouchers per package for 1 round of mini golf after 4 p.m. You get like a magical extra savings card, and I think you get vouchers. And at least what they say, what Disney says online, is that you need both of them, the card and the voucher, to get this. I've used it in the past. And, you know, if your check-in time is 3 for your hotel and you're looking for something to do, you know, before dinner, or you eat an early dinner, you know, and you go at night, it's fun. And it's, you know, in quotes, free.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
like, so doing the Fantasia golf, you know, you would think doing like mini putt-putt, not in like a park, it would take you out of it. But doing this Fantasia Gardens with all of the Fantasia characters there, it's still, it completely immerses you in Disney still. When you get to the Chernabog scene, you walk into a cave. So it completely just immerses you in the Fantasia mini putt-putt.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good start to your, you know, week's vacation or whenever you're staying, especially because you know, if you do the vacation package and all that, it's included in it. So it feels like it's free. You feel like you're getting something more out of your vacation than normal, you know, and it just gets you pumped up for your next day, for your first day in the park.
Absolutely.
So to move on to our next, it's going to be the surfing programs. And I say surfing programs is because you can actually surf at Walt Disney World. And if you're thinking of where you can do this, it's actually going to be at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon Water Park. So experienced riders can shoot the curl in the... I've never shoot the curl. I'm not a surfer, so maybe I don't get it. But anyway, you can shoot the curl in North America's largest outdoor wave pool before the park opens or after it closes. This is your chance to spend some time shredding it up without a big crowd. The sessions for this are about 3 hours. It comes with 100 waves that are broken into sets of 25 waves. So that sounds like to me it's 25, and then you make it like a 15-minute break, and then another 25. Overall, you can have a max of 25 guests. This would include any additional surfers and spectators. It's basically just one big party. The price for this, the base price, starts at $1,100 to $1,400, depending on the time of day, whether, you know, morning or evening, and then the day of the week. Like, I think it was cheaper, like on a Thursday, of course, than it is on a Saturday.
Right.
For example, I think there is an additional add-on that you could do, and that add-on is just food. But I believe it also said that you could bring in your own food. So
I think you can also get more waves.
yeah, you can add another 25 waves, or I think you can add another 50 waves too.
That's a lot of waves.
Yeah. One of the higher prices I thought was closer to the $4,000 mark, which, I mean, if you surf and you want to surf in, you know, North America's largest outdoor wave pool, that's pretty awesome, and something definitely special to do at Disney if you surf.
Yeah, I mean, well, and kind of a little bit of math that I just did on a calculator. You know, if you have that $4,000 package and you have 25 people, that's really only $160 per person. So, I mean, if you have a big crowd that likes to surf, it's kind of cool. I mean, to be in the wave pool with nobody else in there except, you know, your party is awesome. You know, I remember as a kid, whenever we would go to Typhoon Lagoon and that wave would crash down, I didn't have like the leg strength or I don't know, like arm strength, swimming strength to kind of keep myself afloat. So I'd always like run into somebody, and like as a little kid, I was like awkward. Okay,
well, you're still awkward. I hate to tell you that.
I'm still socially awkward. But like I don't know, I just so to be in there with nobody else, like that's a really awesome experience. I mean, if you like surfing.
And I like the wave pool at Typhoon Lagoon overall. I have to go again. So the second experience for surfing is learn to surf like a pro. So from amped first-timers to intermediate riders, our surf lessons have you covered. Classes are taught by pros on select days prior to the park opening. Whether you're starting from scratch or just want some pointers, we'll make sure you get the attention you need. So these are 2.5-hour sessions, and there's a max of 12 students per session, which is, of course, smaller than the 25. If you're doing all that, and this is $190 per person as an airplane flies over top of us. Yeah.
I feel like that's a helicopter, not an airplane.
I don't know. Anyway.
Now that that's over.
Now that the plane has now passed, I feel like this is, $190 seems reasonable and you get food too with it, like a breakfast, juices and coffee and stuff like that. Not that I would want coffee after doing like physical surfing activity.
I don't know if I would want it before.
Yeah. But it doesn't seem bad for $190 for, if you have never surfed, they teach you. A surfboard, a beginner surfboard is what they call it, is provided for you. I think this would be a cool experience, especially to do it in Disney, so I can say, yeah, I surfed at Disney.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think neither me nor you is going to jump up right away and go for a surfing lesson. So like that kind of brings in the question, well, why is this on the underrated list? Because we didn't really know they had them until you start researching. I feel if Disney would promote this, it could become a big thing. Like it's underrated in the sense that it doesn't have the attention that it deserves. Maybe they don't present it because it's a lot for Disney. I don't know. Then don't have it, I feel like if they're going to have something where you can literally rent out a part of the park before it opens and use it to
surf whenever you want
use
to.
it how you want to for 3 hours for a price that if you have 25 people and split it evenly really isn't that bad of a price. Why would you not want to do something like this?
Yeah.
I don't know. It blows my mind that it's not promoted as it should be. And maybe it's not promoted because a lot of people going to Disney aren't looking for a place to surf. And I get that. But still having these promotions like that, for anything, like minivans, you really don't hear about minivans unless you're listening to a podcast like ours. Like you don't, there's not a commercial about a minivan.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what else we talked about. Miniature golf. There's not a commercial for miniature golf. But there's such a unique and fun aspect to Disney that you only know if A, you drive by it, or B, you book your vacation through.
Yeah, or hear it from another family member or friend. You're like, oh yeah, we went mini golf, and you're like, what? Disney has mini golf?
Right. There's so much more than just 4 parks at Disney, and I think if Disney would grasp that idea and start promoting them, they could make a killer. I'm sure they're already making a killer. I mean, they already have these things, and these aren't new. But it seems like they don't give the attention that they deserve to this. I haven't booked a vacation. You being our travel agent, shout out for anybody who wants to book.
Let me know. I can get you definitely free quotes, and all my services are free. But anyway.
But I've never booked a vacation, so maybe if you're booking vacation, you might see, oh, let's look at extras. But I feel with a lot of this stuff that if you're not looking for these extras, then you're not going to find them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's why they're underrated.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Sorry, I went off a little rant there. Anyway, let's talk about our 4th underrated experience, and that is Highway in the Sky Dine Around. For those of you that don't know, Highway in the Sky refers to the Disney monorail. So this is a 5-course, one extraordinary evening. Your dine-around adventure begins at Disney's Contemporary Resort, where you will check in at the Wave. Here you will enjoy a welcoming appetizer and specialty cocktail before setting off on your next adventure. Your first stop is the Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. Celebrate the spirit of the South Pacific with this exotic retreat, with an enticing variety of island-inspired drinks and appetizers. Then it's time for a change of scene and cuisine as the monorail transports you to a world away to the Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. Here you will be invited to sip champagne and enjoy an assortment of cheeses. You will be escorted to the award-winning Citricos, I do apologize if I pronounced that wrong, where you will be treated to a special chef's main course selection amid the restaurant's refined ambiance. Afterward, board the monorail once more to return to Disney's Contemporary Resort for the climax of your evening. Here, you and your dine-around companions will retire to a private patio to enjoy an indulgent assortment of desserts and coffee. From this exclusive location, watch and wonder as the Happily Ever After fireworks show lights up the evening over Cinderella's castle, a musical and magical grand finale to your one-of-a-kind dining adventure. So basically, you travel around to all of the hotels around Bay Lake and kind of drink your way through around the hotels with appetizers. Then you get your main course. And then you go back to the Contemporary to get desserts, coffee, probably more drinks, alcoholic drinks. And then you get to watch Happily Ever After with the music, with the soundtrack played at the private patio, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So you're getting the full experience. So, yeah, why I'm hesitating, because it's like a dessert party, but it's way better than a dessert party.
Yeah, no, it's like, to me, it's like 5 steps above a regular dessert party, because not only do you get to then visit all of the, resorts on the monorail loop, you get to ride the monorail, which is, to me, really, really cool. I love the monorail. I can't wait till they fix it. But yeah, this will definitely be an experience to add to my list. And the price point of it actually is $170 per person plus tax, which, if you just say, yeah, it's just for dinner, $170 per person. Yes, that's expensive for dinner, $170. But, if it's a special occasion, $170 to honeymoon,
cough, Katie,
to ride the monorail, eat dinner, have these unique experiences at each of the resorts.
And have unique drinks and appetizers. Right? You're not going to, I'm assuming that you're not going to the Contemporary Wave and you're getting like a screwdriver, which is just vodka and orange juice. Right? You're going to get like a drink that is going to be like a fun drink, a drink that you're not used to getting, that you probably wouldn't go to a bar and order. That's going to have a bunch of stuff mixed in. Mm-hmm. It's not going to taste like alcohol. And, you're down 5 of them, and next thing you know, you're drunk on the monorail.
Which has to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you said that you and Amanda were thinking about doing this.
Yeah, so we booked it, but then had to cancel it. But it's back on our list to do more of. To definitely do it.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like something that is definitely unique. If you're kind of used to going to the theme parks all the time and kind of want to do something different, or like you said, celebrate something, like this is the perfect occasion. You get to, like you said, see all the hotels, ride the monorail, have good food, be served appetizers and drinks, which is all included in your $170. And then go back and have your own private patio with desserts and Happily Ever After. I mean, it really doesn't get much better than that. If Mickey was there and he greeted you with a welcoming cocktail, that'd be pretty awesome. I think there is where it would get better,
And just with the 4 experiences that we talked about, it'd be funny is that you could start your morning off surfing, and then your afternoon mini golfing, and then you could take a minivan to check in at the Contemporary for highway, dine around.
Yeah. And then after you eat dinner, you can go back to the park.
For after hours. Which I guess depending on when it ends, yeah, that timing might work. Well, anyway, so after hours. So Disney says, discover more nighttime magic when the park is open to a limited number of guests. With a ticket to Disney's After Hours, you'll experience one of our theme parks like never before. So an awesome main added benefit to all of this is that there is little to no wait. And when I mean no wait, you literally just have to walk the queue and you get right on for popular attractions and character meet and greets, which are awesome. On top of that, you can also enjoy early park admission starting at 7 p.m. During the whole event, you get unlimited ice cream, popcorn, and select beverages. I love Disney popcorn, and I would eat my money's worth of popcorn, ice cream, and...
Yeah, now when you say ice cream, is it just like a vanilla cone, or is it
the
like the Mickey
Premium bar, yeah.
So it's legit ice cream.
Oh, yeah. No, it's legit. So pricing for this is $125 if you purchase in advance. You can buy them on the day of, and I use my calculator. It's only a $4 difference, so it's $129.
It took them an hour to type that into the calculator.
It did. I had to find the equal sign. So it's $129 if you purchase the day of, which, okay, $4 isn't, I don't know. Anyway, so annual pass holders and Disney Vacation Club members can also take advantage of a discount, which would be $95 for them. Now, that seems like a deal.
Now, would that be $99 if purchased today, or is it just $95 for annual pass and vacation?
All this was $95. I would imagine that discount's probably always $95.
I wonder why they do the $4 difference.
I don't know.
Because it's not like they have to prepare more popcorn or more ice cream. Like most of it, I mean, I guess the popcorn they're making fresh, but the ice cream they're not. Like it's not fresh; it's frozen.
I feel like $125 though seems like a better price. Oh, I'm gonna buy that in advance because it's $125.
Yeah, just saying
$129 seems more. Well, I mean, it is more expensive than $125, but
no, it seems like a greater difference than just $4. I do understand that.
Like when something's like $9.99, you're like, oh wow. But if it says $10, you're like, I don't know.
Right? Yeah. It's the same exact price, but you're just like, oh, what a steal.
Yeah, I think it's that type of mentality. So the parks that are included in this are Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. So they started this off at the Magic Kingdom. It did well enough that they added Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. Epcot hasn't been added yet. I'm guessing because more like Hollywood Studios just has Toy Story Land now, and Animal Kingdom has Pandora. So
yeah, maybe when
like the added benefit there.
When like Guardians of the Galaxy opens, you have the Ratatouille ride opening. You have the new country that's going to be opening. Is that definitely Brazil?
I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Well, it's rumored Brazil.
So. Yeah.
But when they add a new country, that might be something that they were just kind of waiting for, that there wasn't enough to kind of keep the park open.
Yeah.
So, it just didn't
see how much they can stretch it first before opening it, doing it for all 4 parks.
Right.
So the hours for this, it's always 3 hours, but I guess depending on really when the Magic Kingdom closes, is all about what the times are. So on select nights in the Magic Kingdom, it's either from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. or 9 p.m. to midnight or 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. I would love to do the 10 to 1 a.m.
It seems late when you say it, but then once you go and you're just kind of hopping on every ride and you're just having that nonstop energy, if you do Space Mountain, 2 times in a row, you just have that energy. But if you do it once and then you got to go wait in a line for 60 minutes, your energy kind of dies down. So I bet having that constant energy of ride on, ride off, popcorn, ice cream, ride on, ride off, I bet that 3 hours doesn't seem like a lot of time when you're in the park.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it flies by, and from pictures, it seems like there's really nobody at these things. It really seems like you're at the park, by yourself. And from also what I've heard, it's perfect to take pictures at night of Magic Kingdom or really any of the parks that, they have this event, because it looks like there's nobody there. So it looks like you're taking this photo and it's only you in an entire empty park, which of course isn't the case because you're in there. So then for Hollywood Studios, it's on select nights from 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. or 9 p.m. to midnight. Only a 30-minute difference, but I feel like I'd always like to do. Anytime I'm at a park until midnight, I feel cooler. I don't
you feel like an adult.
It's the next day, and I'm already at Magic Kingdom.
I feel like when it's ever that time, and you're going to bed with a group of people, you're like, see you later in the day, guys, because it's the same day. Okay.
You still use that joke, don't you?
Maybe.
So then the third one that hosts this event is Animal Kingdom, and it's on select nights from 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. And then there's no other times. It's only from 8:30 to 11:30 at night.
I mean, I guess because the animals, maybe they don't want to have it too late.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Because of the energy and lights and stuff.
I feel like Animal Kingdom's already a huge park. This one, I'd almost be scared.
Well, because
I'd be looking, around each of my shoulders, be like, "Oh, who's behind me? Who's behind me?"
Yeah, I mean,
and there'd be no one.
I feel like there's also not a lot of lights. I mean, I'm sure they've added some, but you got to remember when they first opened Animal Kingdom, there was no nightlife. There was no such thing as nightlife.
Yeah, no, the park closed at 5, 6 o'clock, and that was it.
And then Pandora opened, and then we're like, oh, okay, well, let's make this a nightlife. And then they got Rivers of Light.
Yep,
we're not talking about that. So, it would be cool to definitely see it at night because it's one of the parks that we really haven't seen at night. We don't have a history of seeing at night because it wasn't open late. I'm sure Pandora, oh my gosh, I can only imagine the sights at Pandora at night. Just all the lights and the floating islands.
Yeah. Now, for $125, if I purchase my ticket in advance, I feel like, of course, my first bet would be to go to to Magic Kingdom.
Of course.
And then, of course, Hollywood Studios, and then third, Animal Kingdom. But honestly, I don't think I'd purchase an after-hours ticket for Animal Kingdom.
If I had nothing else to do and I've been to Disney 50 times in a year, I could do Animal Kingdom. But I think Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom being the first one that I would do. I don't know. There's just something about Magic Kingdom that no matter how many times you go, you can always go back to again.
Oh, yeah. And I feel, again, out of all of the parks, Magic Kingdom is, to me, feeling-wise, the only park that has a huge difference from the day to the nighttime. There's an entire new energy in the park.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that.
It's hard to describe, but I mean, yeah, you have fireworks and all that, and it's different. It has a different feel to it.
It was made to be a night park as well. All the other ones, when it turns night, the lights come on so you can see in the dark. Things might have a couple cool lights on them, but Magic Kingdom, walking down Main Street at night when everything is lit up, and you just see the castle that is lit up with special lights all the way down Main Street. When they envisioned it, they definitely envisioned it being a night park. Yeah,
I love Epcot for kind of that same reason. It has a little bit of nightlife, but more in the country aspect, Country World Showcase aspect part of it. Not really in Future World, because Future World's kind of in a weird spot right now.
It's not future right now.
But I love the way the Epcot ball looks at night with the orange, purple
and
lights on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could probably take just a million pictures of that all day.
Absolutely. We don't need to because there's Google.
Yeah. So but I mean, it's my phone wallpaper. It's my Apple Watch wallpaper. It's my computer wallpaper. I might actually put real wallpaper up of that.
Please don't. I will not be there to help. I will not be there to help to put it up or take it down because you would need to fix your own mistake. You're going to put it right on your ceiling so whenever you fall asleep,
I can see it. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Don't do that.
My wife, she'll never let.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Well, she might.
No. I think it's a hard no. If it was Rapunzel or something, maybe.
I'm gonna go ask right after this podcast.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask.
You do that. Speaking after the podcast, I think this is a good place to end it. I think we've said everything.
I can't say my normal. Well, Rand, you got anything else?
No, I don't have anything else. So let's finish up.
Well, anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review as it helps us improve the show. And as always, be sure to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on Facebook. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.